My morning routine looks a lot different than yours. My morning routine looks a lot different on a week by week basis. You know, I am a divorced parent and I get my kids every other week. So when I have my kids, the weeks that I have my kids, I'm not able to wake up in the morning and go to the gym. I have to bring them to school, you know? So I understand what it's like to be a parent and have responsibilities to where you can't just rely on your significant other to take the kids to school, you know what I mean? Or pick them up from school. I drop my kids off and pick my kids up from school. So I have a very strict timeline that I really have to stick to when I have my kids that week. You know, I have from about 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 to where I have to get as much stuff that I can get done, because anything before 8, that is the time with my kids. Anything after 3, that is time with my kids. I coach flag football. I have to take them to gymnastics. We've got to do homework. We've got to cook. We've got to clean. We've got to do all sorts of stuff that we need to do when I have them. Now, the weeks that I don't have my kids, one, I don't really fucking hate those weeks, but this is when I get to get ahead of the game, okay? This is when I take advantage of all the time that I have within that week, right? So I wake up like this morning, getting up around 4:30, 5 o'clock, get my training in. So now it's, again, Labor Day, and it's, man, you know, it's Labor Day and it's 7:37 in the morning. I'm done with my bike. I'm done with my run. And honestly, I'm probably going to go lift weights here in a couple hours after I go up to the warehouse, do my shit there. I have a meeting this afternoon, and then I'm going to cook. I got to get all my meals ready for this week. I want to get back on track from traveling over the weekend and driving and being in another place where I really just didn't eat because I was watching these shows. And, you know, I need to get back on my game plan for nutrition. But everybody's morning routine can look different. This is just an example, and everybody else's morning routine is just an example. But on the weeks that I don't have my kids, I'm training early as fuck in the morning and I'm getting shit done. The weeks that I do have my kids, it's kind of a little bit like, I wouldn't say less time consuming, because I just have to get a lot of stuff done within a little amount of time, and other priorities take place. And I love my kids more than anything, so that's who gets priority no matter what.
What up? So today, gonna be doing a little vlogging. Maybe the next couple days. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But we just got back last night from MJ's competition, the Pittsburgh National, which is a bodybuilding show, and it was their first like nationally qualified show. So that was pretty cool, man. There were just some absolute insane looking people out there in the world that really like dedicate their everything to this, and it's really fucking cool to see. Yeah, we got our training now, and it is 5:30 in the morning. We've got an hour bike and then a 30-minute run. It was about 10 hours of driving yesterday, so time to get back in the swing of things. Today's Labor Day, but dude, being a business owner, like you don't get vacation days or holidays like everybody else gets, which is cool because I don't fucking want that shit anyway. So I'm gonna get my Stay Ready Endurance into a cup, 2 scoops, then 1 scoop of electrolytes. So it's gonna give me about 40 carbs and about 850 milligrams of sodium. I'm gonna jump in the garage, get on the Concept 2 erg bike for an hour, and then just run around the neighborhood for 30 minutes. So talk to you guys when I get done with that. Might be a little weird, but I like using my trail shoes on the Concept 2 bike because there is no like strap that goes over your foot. So the bottoms of these stay really well like on the Concept 2 with the, traction on the bottom. So my foot's not like slipping when I'm, riding the bike. It's pretty much every time that I wear like just regular shoes on the bike, my foot is like always moving in position. So if you got a Concept 2 bike and you trail run, try those out because they definitely help. All right, just finished up hour-long bike. I do it on the Concept 2 in the garage just because I don't have a trainer or anything like that. And when I have like a run right after my bike, I just like to do it in the neighborhood. That way I can come back, eat food. And like I said, even though it's Labor Day, as a business owner, you don't really get those days off. So I've got meetings this afternoon. I got to go in, pack orders, and my team, like this kid that is fulfilling orders, he's a fulfillment specialist. He wants to come in and work. So I'm going to go up there, meet up with him, and then come back here, edit videos, talk to manufacturers, and it's really no different than any other day, especially Monday. So I have this 30-minute run and then come back, eat some breakfast, get on with the day. Before I take off on this run though, something I was thinking about during my bike was there is nothing in life that you have to know how to do before you start. The only thing that you need to do and have inside of you when you want to start something is the ability to want to learn, be coachable, and just have that never quit mentality, no matter how hard it is. Okay, because I promise you, whether it's fitness, business, anything, this shit is gonna take a lot longer than you think. It's taken me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And pretty much everybody that I have listened to on podcasts and YouTubes that is a very successful person in the fitness and business and entrepreneur, military career, like it takes time, a lot longer than you think. But as long as you're willing to adapt, you're willing to be coached, meaning like you're willing to learn. You don't necessarily have to have a coach, but you're willing to learn. A lot of the stuff that I learned in business was found on YouTube and listening to podcasts. But I had to be open to learning and listening to what these people were talking about. And that's how I was able to figure some stuff out. I still have a very, very long way to go. And I'm still on that same journey that I just explained. I'm just as open to learning and just as, actually, if not more coachable now, even though I've been doing this for 4 years and had a special forces career. I was in the Army for 8 years. I'm never going to change that. I will always be coachable and I will always be open to learning and hearing somebody out from their previous successes and mistakes, so that way I can take those and apply them to my life. So you don't have to have anything special. Anybody can do anything in this world. Anything that you see people doing out there, you can do it too, as long as you are willing to learn, be open to learning. And if you make mistakes, just don't make them over and over and over. You may make the same mistake twice, but 3 times, 4 times, that can't happen, okay? Because then you're just spinning the wheel. So you guys got this shit, man. One thing I left out earlier, about being coachable, all that kind of stuff, is I just feel like this is a given, and so I just forget about it. But the work, the fucking work that is going to go into this is you don't have a choice but to literally work your ass off every single day. And if you're not willing to work,
you are going to be a success zombie. And I've talked about this before in a previous video. That is what you're going to be. You are going to be somebody that, consumes all this motivation, discipline, knowledge, and doesn't do shit with it because they don't want to work and they don't understand how much work it's going to be, and they're not willing to put in the work. That cannot be you. Do not let that be you. If there's one thing that you fail because of, do not let it be because you were not willing to put in the work. That is a non-negotiable. You cannot compromise your work ethic if you truly want to win. You will not achieve shit, no matter how much knowledge and no matter how coachable and whatever the fuck you want to be, if you're not willing to put in the work.